B2 Digital is building a minor league MMA operation and also fitness training facilities for the public. And with me is CEO and Chairman Greg Bell to talk more about this. It's been a while, Greg. You have been busy, I know, since the last time we talked. Let's just give us an overview of what B2 Digital is doing.
Okay, but first of all, Jane, it's always fun to see you and talk. It's a good show, and I'm happy to be here again. So just briefly stated for the people who don't know about our company, what we do is really three things, and I've told you before, Jane. We have a rule that, never try and do more than three things at one time in business.
Yeah.
But the first thing we've done is I used to say, we're building the minor league for the mixed martial art industry. Now I say we've built it. So the first thing we do is we have live MMA fights. We have a tour set up, literally 50 fights in the next 52 weeks. The second thing we do is we are acquiring in fitness facilities in basically two markets. We have two brands there, one more gym, which is like a state-of-the-art 25,000 square foot facility, health club. And then the second part of it, we're actually in the jiu-jitsu training business now. And then the third thing, we have our own production company and we produce all our own content and distribute it. So simply stated, one, we built the minor league for MMA. Two, we have fitness facilities, and three, we digitally produce and distribute our own content.
Okay. And you have had a lot of success since the last time we talked. I mean, you've really got revenue coming in from all these different operations. So could you go into that detail about that?
Sure. Just like we're a very rapidly growing company. Our fiscal year just ended March 31st, which we did a big press release just a couple of days ago. But our last fiscal year, we did just over 900,000 in revenue, and this year we did 2.7 million in revenue. So that's obviously almost a triple growth. So we're growing very rapidly on the revenue side. We're a development company, but the way those revenue streams sort out is if you just look at our MMA company, which tomorrow night we're actually in Monroe, Louisiana, to have a fight selling tickets. We make revenue off ticket sales, cuts of food and beverage, and then obviously we distribute our own content, so we get pay-per-view revenue. What that business looks like is we have 50, in the next 12 months, we'll have 50 fights. If you just do those numbers. So if without sponsorship or anything, we have the future of that is we have two things that are coming. One is coming as we're working on and developing is a TV deal for distribution, which would add another 10,000 per fight. And then obviously we have several people that are highly interested in having wagers in the legal sports betting markets, wager on our fights, which could add another 4,000 or 5,000 in data distribution.
Holy cow! That's real!
$3.5 million running. Our second group is our fitness facility network, which is made up of state-of-the-art 25,000 square foot facilities. We have 5 of those right now. That's doing about we just reported 375,000 a quarter. So you can see that that's, $1.6 million business right there. Then we just acquired Spartan Fitness, which is basically, it's not like a big health club. It's a very high-end training for jiu-jitsu people who want to learn jiu-jitsu. For those who don't know, jiu-jitsu is kind of like karate and kids classes and training, and that's a multi-billion-dollar market. So we've got our first facility in Birmingham right now. Our second is just about to be completed. So each one of those will do about $1 million a year. So our growth pattern here is going to come highly in that. So, we got a $3 or $4 million fight company. We got a $2 million gym business, and in our Spartan Fitness, all the cities, which we're licensed in 20 states now, 40 markets, we're going to roll out 15 more of those gyms. So that's a $15 to $20 million business there. So exciting numbers, but we're in the get it done mode, as I say. We're hiring people, having fights, revenue pouring in, and so the big expansion will come as we have 15 of those. Spartan Fitness is obviously that's 15 million on top of what we have. So we can easily see our business in 24 to 36 months being 20, 30 million in revenue.
Okay. Wow. You have been really busy. Now, would you say this growth that you're experiencing is organic, or is this through acquisitions, or a little bit of both?
Well, it's actually both. You hit the nail right on the head as usual. So our organic growth. So for example, in our gym business, that's memberships. That's how we make our money there. In the gym business, it's a $30 membership. So That business grew about 30% quarter to quarter. So our organic growth in all of our business in the gym business is 20 to 30%. In our fight business, you can see if we used to do one fight a month, which was 30,000. Now that's 4 fights times 50. That's 200. So that's huge organic growth there. And then in the jiu-jitsu business, it's all acquisition. So we acquired Spartan Fitness, and then as we take that business model and multiply it out. So to answer your question, it's 30% organic growth and then acquisition growth. So we've acquired Spartan, and then now we're going to roll that business model out. So the acquisition gives us the business model and the planning and the software and everything to really crank that up.
Yeah. Now, you also have some plans for the Metaverse. How does that fit into the business?
Well, let me just take, most people don't really understand what the metaverse is. I'm not sure I do, but I think I do. Just a little bit of my background, which if you don't know is, I've been involved in creating technologies that revolutionize a lot of things, not just me, but with a whole group of people. So I was around to show the kids now, these things called rabbit ears, what's that? That's what we used to watch television. There were 3 channels. I'm old. So I was involved when rabbit ears went to cable, and then when cable went to satellite, and then this thing called the internet was invented. And, I was in a room with a bunch of the scientists who created that one day, and I go, let me get this straight. You mean I can plug a cable in the wall and I get every book in the world on my screen? And all of the business goes, oh, that'll never work, blah, blah, blah. And I said, when I looked at those guys, you do that, the world will change. Yeah. And the metaverse is basically that kind of revolution, but a much higher quality level of, it's all it is a new way to get to a consumer. So, cable came, new way to get to the consumer, internet, new way to get to the consumer. We call it a different path to the house. Mm-hmm. So we did a deal where we actually put our fight 2 fights ago was live in the metaverse. And what this is, the easiest way I can explain the metaverse, what I know about it is you go to the grocery store as a consumer and you walk down the aisle and you pick up cereal box off, and you turn it around and say, oh, I'll take that, and you throw it in your cart. Well, the metaverse is coming, you better put some goggles on and walk down, sitting in your house, the aisle in the grocery store, reach over, pick some up, turn it over, go, oh, I'll take that and throw it in your cart. Yeah. So it's a much richer experience. So what we did is we did a deal with one of the casinos in the metaverse, and actually put our fight in the metaverse, and we'll be doing one of those a month. And then we're selling the NFTs of our T-shirts, and so we make revenue off that. And it's just in its beginning, but as being a provider of technology and content is really what our content. We're a content maker and distributor, and this is a new path, so a new revenue stream. And lots of people talk about doing stuff. We actually do it. So we actually produced it. It was there. It worked. People were buying NFTs, we get revenue off that. So, very small checks, but it's like, imagine being the first one there in the internet when it started. So that's what we're doing in the metaverse, whole distribution strategy. Well,
and whenever there's a new technology, it's hard to grasp. You're like, no, I'm fine. I can visualize this or that, but you do have to have an imagination, I think, to, be able to envision how the metaverse works.
And if we do this right, just for people can understand, imagine you can be in your home and you put some goggles on and you can literally walk around inside the cage when the fight's going on.
Okay. Yep. I mean, why not? Right? So very interesting. And
just don't get hit with a punch.
And younger generations too, I think, are more kind of adaptable to the new technologies, or we're used to, the stuff that's been around for a while. So what's next for B2B Digital?
Okay, well, that's a very, very simple answer to the question. We're going to expand our business by growing it. We've taken in, we've raised a lot of funds to build what I call our factory. So when you come here to see this fight, it's a crew of 41, 2 semis full of equipment, the cage, the broadcasting, the TV trucks, that's all ours. We paid cash for that, so we don't owe any debt on that. So that's turning in from 1 fight at 30,000 into 4 fights at 50,000, 200,000. So what next for us? We're executing. We got all the tools. We're expanding. We've already done everything that I'm talking about. This isn't, we think we can, we're doing it. So, we got to fight 50 fights in the next 52 weeks. That's cranking. And then we're acquiring, new space to expand our gym business. And so we're in execution mode, not development mode. And the faster we go, the more capital comes in. We increase all of our gym revenue, and the models are all built. Everything's working, all the software, the auditing. Now we're just on go. We're just, as we say in Texas, where I spent some time, we're in get her done mode.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, that's what you're doing. So, wow, super exciting to get an update. And you've been so busy. So I look forward to our next update when I'm sure you'll have even more impressive things.
Okay, and I just wanted to say one thing. Thank you to all of our shareholders who have been patient through all this, but this thing's moving now. We're really going. So we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Greg, for coming back and joining us today.
All right. Always a pleasure, Jane.